Hello, sixth graders. Welcome to our next math lesson. Today we're going to take a look at lesson 114. It is entitled Unit Multiplier, and our lesson for today is going to start on page 597. Now, to start our lesson off today, we need to define exactly what is a unit multiplier. So on the screen here, it mentions what a unit multiplier is. It says a unit multiplier is a fraction. But what's so unique about this fraction is that this fraction actually equals 1, okay? But it is written with two different units of measurement, okay? So it's a fraction, it's equal to 1, but on top and on the bottom are two different units of measurement. It says, recall that when the numerator and the denominator of a fraction are equal, and of course they can't be 0, then that fraction is going to equal 1, okay? Now, so let's say, for example, we got 1 foot. Since we know from previous math lessons that 1 foot is going to equal 12 inches, we can actually use these two pieces of information to write two different unit multipliers, okay? And we're going to put 1 foot on top and 12 inches on the bottom. Now, at first glance, this looks like it's 1/12, but it's not 1/12 because we have the labels with it. 1 foot on top where the numerator is and 12 inches where the denominator is. This is one unit multiplier right here. Because this equals 1. If I converted feet to inches, 1 foot is 12 inches. This would be the same as 12 inches over 12 inches, which equals 1. Or if I converted the 12 inches to feet, there's 12 inches in a foot. So this would be like having 1 foot over 1 foot. So this right here is a fraction. If we look at the definition, it's a fraction that's equal to 1. This is equal to 1, but it's written with two different units of measurement. One has foot on top, one has inches on the bottom. So this is one way to write this unit multiplier. Another way to write the same unit multiplier is just switching those two around. So I could put the 12 inches on top and the 1 foot on the bottom. Now you're probably saying, well, then, Mr. Johnson, which one of these two am I going to use to solve my problems for today? Well, it depends what you're doing. If you're converting to feet, you're going to use this one over here. If you're converting to inches, you're going to use this one over here. So let's delve into a specific example what I'm talking about. Okay, we can use these unit multipliers now to help us convert from one unit of measurement to another. Let's say, for example, I have 60 inches and I want to convert that to feet. Okay, so since I'm starting with 60 inches, I'm going to write 60 inches over 1 as a fraction. Hopefully you know by now that you can change any whole number into a fraction simply by putting it over 1. So I have 60 inches over 1. Now, I want to get rid of the inches, and I want to change it to feet. So since I'm in inches right now, I'm going to go back here and select the unit multiplier that has the inches on the bottom, which is this one right here. So what I did here is, since inches is on top over here, I want to make sure the inches is on the bottom over here. And the reason why I want to do that is because I want these two to cancel each other out. And the only way you can cancel these out is if one is on top and one's on the bottom. Okay, now if this said I was converting from 60 feet to inches, well, since the feet's on top, I would have wanted to use the other unit multiplier. Okay, but since I'm converting inches to feet, I want to get rid of the inches. So since the inches is here, it needs to be on the bottom on the opposite side, because then these two inches cancel each other out. And now I can reduce before I multiply, can't I, class? Hopefully we recognize that both 60 and 12 can be divided both by 12. So this becomes a 1, and 12 can go to 60 5 times. And now if I just multiply across, 5 times 1 is 5, 1 times 1 is 1, and what label am I left with? I'm left with the feet label. So this answer here is going to be 5 feet. And that's how you're going to use unit multipliers today, class. You're going to use one of those two unit multipliers to help you solve your answer. Now, in your lesson for today, it might actually ask you to write two unit multipliers using these equivalent measurements. Whenever you see this, it says write two unit multipliers. They're asking you to write two fractions using these two numbers right here. And remember, a unit multiplier is a fraction that's equal to 1. So over here, I will probably put the 3 feet on top. And then over here, I'm going to put the 1 yard on the bottom because I know that this equals 1. 3 feet and 1 yard are the same thing. The other unit multiplier I could use is I'm going to put 1 yard on top over here. Okay, I put 1 yard over here. And then I'm going to put 3 feet over here. So far, all they've asked me to do is write 2 unit multipliers. Here's my first one. Here's my second one. Okay. Now it says, which unit multiplier would you choose if you're going to convert 30 yards to feet? Since I'm getting rid of the yards, I'm going to want to choose the one that has the yards on the bottom. And this one right here has the yards that's on the bottom. So I'm actually going to choose this unit multiplier here. Okay, or another way to look at it is if I'm trying to convert it to feet, the one you're trying to convert to needs to be on top. All right, now it says let's convert it. So I'm going to write 30. I put 30 feet and I put that over 1. So I got 30 feet over 1. And I'm going to multiply by this unit multiplier right here, 3 feet over 1 yard. Nope. Ha! I didn't even look to see what I was doing on this one. Yeah. Let's see. Let me back this up. My apologies there, class. I'm going to get my eraser here. I wasn't even reading what I was supposed to be doing. This time it said to, oh man, it's been a long night for me. Sorry about that, 6th graders. This one's saying let's convert 30 feet to yards. This time, let's convert the 30 feet to yards is what it's asking me to do. Okay, so let me get back to my pen here. Okay, now I want to convert 30 feet to yards. So if I was converting 30 yards to feet, I want to use this one. But since I'm converting 30 feet to yards, this is the one I'm going to use here because I want to get rid of the feet. Okay, so again, I'm going to write 30 feet over 1. I apologize for that mistake I made there. It's probably not the last one I'm going to make this year either. But I'm going to use this one because I want to get rid of the feet. So I'm going to put 1 yard over 3 feet. And the reason why I'm doing that, again, just as a review, since the feet is on top, I want the feet to be on the bottom so that way those labels can cancel each other out. And now I know that 3 and 30 can both be divided by 3. So this becomes a 1. This becomes a 10. And so if I multiply across, my answer is going to be 10 yards. Here's my answer. Okay, so be careful, 6th graders. Don't fall in the trap that I just did. This one said convert 30 yards to feet, but then switched it on me here. And so make sure you're reading very carefully. What are you starting at and what are you going to? Whatever you're starting at needs to be on the bottom. Whatever you're going to needs to be on top. Okay. All right, 6th graders, for your assignment today, you're going to be doing pages 598 through 600, and I'm going to have you do letters A through 23. Okay, so doing letters A through 23. If you have any questions, 6th graders, don't hesitate to reach out and ask me. I'm here to help you. Go back and watch the video. If you want to watch me make a mistake again, please feel free to go back and look at that. But hopefully it's a pretty easy lesson, hopefully it's at least to understand. But if you have questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me, 6th grade. Good luck today. Hope you guys do really well in your assignments, and we'll see you at the next video.